Welcome to Canucks with Guitars, presented by Vibraprint, FU Tone, Tesi Switch, Reno Fin Custom Guitars, Ardens Music, Flipside Music. Dang it, another one I always forget. There we are. Welcome to... Who is the other sponsor? I gotta write these down. I always forget what.
Reno Fin.
Oh, LPD Pedals.
LPD Pedals.
LPD Pedals.
And did you say FU Tone?
I did. I
thought you did, yeah.
I got them second.
Terry
Thank you. Hey, hang on. I'm just going to... No, not remove. Solo. Thank you, Janice Lala, for all that you do, as well as others on here.
Nice.
Tinkerbell ate my poutine.
Tinkerbell ate my poutine.
You could be sitting here with us. Just ask. Dun, dun, dun! And we've already got 27 Knuckleheads in the chat. I want to shout out, we've got the Hitman, Dwight Bailey. We have Dan of New Jersey, Symmetry, LPD Pedals himself, Fret Hustler. Good to see you, my friend. Tinkerbell. Good. Here's your sign. If you missed it, just roll back. Music Therapy Laz is here. BC Rich 581. Blue. Hit Metal Works. Billy Baloney, John Duchesne, Thomas Santiago, Vince RJ, Zach Thong, Randy Crooks, Charles 75N, Martin Lemaire, Dale Palmer at the start. Not quite Dale Palmer at the end. Did I say Paul McNary? Well, I just did. Gear Junkie 35, someone named StreamYard, never heard of it. Simon Hosford, he's back. Zim's Guitars, sup Dane, doing it in Arizona. So, first of all, I forgot. Cold snack, engage.
Flavored water, engage.
Coffee and water, engaged.
So,
missing
before
hair,
I forget,
enabled.
I'm going to draw this out for a bit as a few more people filter in. Fruitcake Tony. We got 33 watching. We do want to make an announcement. I say we. Am I talking about myself and Terry? No. Tom? No. Actually, pertaining to this announcement, Tom could give a sweet rat's ass. Terry, somewhat interested. Definitely affects 3 people in the chat, Tom.
Okay.
Do you think you could guess the 3?
I think it probably affects. Looking through the names here. Now, are we talking something that's like Canadian related or wildfire related? There could be a lot of things there.
It is Canadian related.
Okay.
Jeff K. What's up?
I don't think I know all of our.
Well, actually, I should say it involves 3 people in the chat.
Okay.
Myself, and possibly 2 more people, either from the chat or watching on replay. And that is involving the first person in the chat and myself, directly and indirectly, Mr. Pedals. He was rooting and tooting around in the tickle trunk.
Okay.
And he managed to scrape together... I can't make a scraping sound. Enough parts to build not 1, not 2, definitely not 3, but 4.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So,
nice.
That means affecting Charles 75N and other left, I believe. They were on the waiting list for one of these for the second run.
Well, then I should apologize to both of them because I bought like the last one that they had at Flip. It was a Flipside I got mine from, I think, or did I get mine directly from Lawrence? But I got like the last one that was there. I think it was. I can't remember if I got it from Flipside.
I think you got the last one directly from Lawrence.
I think you're right. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Thanks, Simon.
I
Appreciate
think
it.
you're right. I think Flipside had one. I went to buy it, and they had just sold it like an hour before. And Lauren said, "Oh, I have one more sitting around." I was like, yeah, I'll take it."
Just cause. Thanks, Ben, Tom, and Terry. Thanks, buddy.
Even if it wasn't your signature pedal, though, Ben, that is like anything from like a small amp blowing up sound to like any kind of boost or gain additive to any decent amp. You know what I mean? Like if you start with a decent amp, you can just use it as a great boost. If you start with any sound, you can get that cranked little amp sound. I mean, it does so much.
Well, and this is it. And I know Terry here, to include him on this, he can do the math. Engage tone lights. Boom.
Nice.
Got that too. So
Thanks, Simon.
you do the math, Terry. Lawrence has the parts for 4. Other left in Charles 75N. Therefore,
2 more left.
2 more people. Could be Christian Hunter, could be Eddie Van Haskell.
Had that one had one already, I would have just said, "Oh, one's spoken for."
Well, then again, there is people that have addictions and problems. I'm looking at. Is Unfucking Believable in the chat? Because
Oh yeah, he's a real addiction.
well, when all right, Simon says, please show that pedal again. So this is the Nice Drive A with a Maple Leaf. It is a limited edition.
I had to
pedal.
have one just because it was Ben's signature pedal, and to be completely honest with everyone, I had never played it. Obviously, I heard Ben play, but I never played it myself beforehand. But I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be good anyway, and it was great. Like I was shocked. Like
Don't focus on me. Focus on the pedal. Here, I'll hide.
I was shocked how much different it was. Like, you get some makers that like not knocking anyone, but they kind of make flavors of the same thing. But I was shocked that Lawrence's stuff. That's why I keep buying it because it's very unique. Every different pedal. I told you I got my Phoenix Fuzz from RJ in the mail, right?
No, you didn't.
Oh, nice.
I bought, I said if you're getting any Lawrence, if you're getting rid of any LPD pedals, I want those ones. So he said, let me dig it up. It took him like 2 weeks to find it.
So and hey, Super Gigawatt.
Hey, Super Gigawatt.
I should explain. This pedal is basically the drive section is to mimic, spoof, pay tribute, homage to a Class A tube amp. As like Tom said, and then you just turn up that drive. It's like turning up an old amp, just more and more. So it works great as a clean boost, dirty boost. Although it's not a lot of dirt, it's loud. Wow.
But even
you've got an amp with a lot of headroom, it's definitely a very loud amp.
Well, even I'll put it through my little 10 or 15 watt, whatever they are, Pro Junior. It's just like 2 EL 84s or whatever. It's it's like a poor man's AC10 or AC15 or whatever. But
hey, Mickey,
put it through that, and I can actually, instead of having to turn that thing up, where even 15 watts is pretty loud when you watch, live in a house and watch TV. But I can keep it down, but then turn that pedal on, and it's very close to when I just turn the amp the whole way up. You know?
What's up, Milt?
Hey, Milt.
Small cranked amp sound.
Todd Roy.
Billy Baloney says should have painted it like a box of Kraft dinner. Well, I think that's been done, actually. I think that has been done.
I believe it has been done.
Good question. And what's up, Todd Roy? Good to see you back, my friend. Tuning in from the East Coast. I believe Nova Scotia. I want to say Nova Scotia. I think Nova Scotia. Hip Metalworks ass, Ben Coombs, and gang. That's these guys. What's an original Boss HM2 worth these days? Well-used condition.
Well-used condition.
I'm going to say around 150 US, I want to say, but I bet you they're about 2.25 for used one. Well-used.
Probably about that 200 range, I would venture to guess.
South Shore, Nova Scotia. There we go.
So I guess the original one is the 80s one, right?
Yeah.
Lowest price right now on Reverb is $250, $249.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, $199, $199. I missed it.
Yep.
So that's $199 US, about $250.
Yeah, the one in $199 looks like it was toured. It's even missing a knob.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you don't even get all the knobs for $200 US.
Yeah, but yeah, the black label version, I guess they call it the original one. Yeah. $229 is the cheapest that actually has all the knobs I see.
There we are.
Wow.
So let's just say two
I
to
used to have one of
250.
those. I don't remember what I did with it. I think I traded a drum kit for it.
There you go.
And Terry's like, you got ripped off if you traded an entire drum kit for that pedal. Ah, but I believe I only paid $20 for the drum kit. And you can just imagine the quality of a $20 drum kit. Now, I will say it did have a Ludwig snare, but the snare was more than the entire rest of the kit
I
combined.
was just going to say the snare probably would be worth more than
Dude, the hi-hats were so cheap metal. I carried vice grips because you'd play, and after a song, the hi-hats would be bent down. And you'd...
I mean, a Ludwig snare's got to be at least worth, $100, $200 used.
Yeah, because the guy wrecked the snare, so I think I traded for the heavy metal pedal and $50. That's what it was.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And I ended up moving into an apartment, and my neighbors are like, "You're not setting that up, are you?" I was like, No. So we just used the drums as end tables.
No, I was planning on setting it up out in the hallway so everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, so you get the nice echo down.
I'm going to set it up, but don't worry because I only play with my windows open and only between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So you'll be fine.
Yeah, I can't remember what the brand name was. I think it might have been a Stewart drum kit.
I remember those.
I think. I want to say Stewart. Just a simple... And it was weird because it was a jazz kit. It only had one tom up here. And then where your other tom would be, where that piece of hardware was, it was a diagonal rod that came out for your ride.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, all right, sure. So it's right down low and right there. I was like...
So it wasn't even a 5-piece. It was like the jazz 3-piece.
It was, yeah. I think I had I had a crash on its own stand. Yep. Hi-hat, ride, tom, floor tom. Yeah, kick and snare. Wow. And the kick was so cheap. The ball would always go back too far and get caught in your pant leg.
I've done that. I know what you mean. It's so funny.
That would be funny.
I know exactly what you mean. It's so funny.
All right, Christian. Hit Metalworks says neighbors used to love my Ampeg 100-watt 412 setup. Oh, I bet.
Oh, those were loud. Did you have like the VL 1002? 1002, I think it was, something like that. Like the Lee Jackson one or a different one.
I still need to pick up a cheap ride cymbal and stand. My sister's kit doesn't have a ride. It's got 2 crashes, but I'm like, where's the ride? She's like, why? I'm like, well, what else are you going to play during the third verse?
Yeah.
This is not what you do.
Can't crash without a ride.
Super Gigawatt asks, first guitar pedal. Ooh. Tom, what was your first guitar pedal?
It was a DOD-FX 50. I think it's a 56. I think that's the number, but it was the FX series DOD. It was the not super, but supra distortion. SUPRA, super distortion.
Hey, there's Janice. We gave you a photo at the top of the show, Janice.
Hey, Janice. It sounded like garbage into my Crate G10.
Come on, Terry. I already got you up on screen. Oh, you're really prepared. This is high-quality entertainment. Look at these graphics.
Nice smileys.
Nice.
And my awesome printing.
It's better than my penmanship.
As for my first pedal,
yes,
I remember it actually really. It was probably the coolest first pedal I ever got because it was a Tokai analog delay.
Wow. Cool. So you actually got a decent pedal to start with.
That would be, and I bet you wish you still had it.
Yes, I did because it had that awesome Les Paul analog early 50s kind of delay going on in it. That was what I remember because I remember getting that pedal and it was kind of one of the things that did kind of start me like wanting to buy.
That's all I got to say to Tinkerbell. Of course it was. I'd expect nothing less from Tink than having a rat as his first pedal.
I knew a guy that put a rat into a cranked silver face twin reverb. So 100-watt 2x12 twin reverb with EV 12L speakers in it, 150, 200 watts a piece, and then just a rat into it. It was insane.
That's badass. A Tokai chorus pedal. Never heard it.
Speaking of chorus, because I know how much you love chorus, Ben, I'm
on that chorus kick. This is apparently
I'm gonna warn you. I'm just gonna tell you, like your parents warn you, do not ever plug into one of the tri-stereo rack courses, because that stuff is heroin.
Yeah.
That stuff's like crystal meth or heroin. Don't do it.
Okay. Now I'm running. I got the MXR stereo chorus and my TC Electronics Third Dimension on the board as well. And I've been using them both together.
Like, I thought I knew what a good chorus sounded like, but try a tri-stereo chorus into 2 separate tube amps, and like you'll forget you're on Earth. Like,
hey Chris.
It's insanity.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, if I could find that
PC Rich 581 says my PV bass head had a built-in chorus. That's all I ever used for years. I can guarantee you that amp was designed, built, and everything in the 80s. Anything has onboard chorus.
And it would have had a good chorus, too.
When I got that course, the rack unit course, I started now trying to learn like the 80s pop kind of guitar tunes.
Hit Metalworks says, speaking of pedals, and I didn't mention, I'll get to that in a second. I didn't mention mine. My first was actually 3.
Nice.
I got a bundle.
Wow.
I got the Boss power supply pedal. So I could daisy chain. I got which I still have, that power supply. I don't think it works anymore. I don't have a Boss adapter to run it anyways.
Yeah.
I got my Boss CE2.
Oh, cool.
I still have. And I got a Boss DF2, the distortion feedbacker, which is basically a DS1 with hold it down, you get feedback loop.
Yeah.
That one's a lot more rare though.
Yeah, Michael, I know. I'm always looking for a spare. Oh yeah, so Hit Metalworks asked, speaking of pedals, when do we get your take on the Line 6 pedal board? I'm old school like you, so curious as to your opinion, impression, etc. Well, the interesting thing about that is the fine folks at Line 6 who sent me a bunch of stuff said, don't do a video. Not that you suck, but you do. You don't need to do a video. But they said, just try it out, enjoy it. If there's any feedback, send us, drop us a message, a DM. But if you want to make a video, fine. But don't feel obligated in any way, shape, or form. The HX effects, it's pretty good, but I think I would be much happier with it if I'd never discovered Lawrence. Because they don't have any Lawrence power. That's the problem. I got... By the way, if anybody has a Boss distortion feedbacker, especially without the box, hit a guy up, because I'm always interested, because I have the box for mine still, but I don't have the pedal anymore. So, or if you would like the box for a Boss distortion feedback, hit a guy up just so you can go, I got the box. Because currently, I got the box, but I don't have the pedal to put in the box. So, dang, symmetry. Thank you very much, sir. SD1 here, then an NS2. Well, one results in the other. Then a DD20. Double digit. That's where I'm at. What's next? Panel and chat opinions. Phaser. Or chorus. All about the modulation.
Oh, he's got digital delay then. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. That covers a lot
video
of
anyways.
bases.
I might.
And Craig Tomlin.
I got it. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I'll announce it on the show now. There might not be a video out Wednesday because I haven't shot a video for Wednesday yet, and we have cousin Douglas coming down tomorrow. So
nice.
There might be a video involving the two of us that'll just do up a random video to throw out for Wednesday. We'll see. Although I don't know if I'll have time to necessarily edit, upload, all that fun stuff. And we will be doing NAS Canucks. It will be returning tomorrow night with us both in studio, either in here or I'm not holding my breath, but I told him he should bring the trailer down so we could set up the trailer like it's at the infield and then do the podcast that way. Because I got a 100-foot Cat 5 cable. I can just run it right out a window right here. And that goes right out to the corner of the yard where we'd have the trailer set up. What's up, Terry Himes?
Super Gigawatt said he found one in Idaho on Craigslist for $185. I think I just looked it up now. That Distortion Feedbacker, the original one, the one you want, the '80s one, they're about $150 on Reverb.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I figure if I fall into one on a deal, I'm happy. But I'm not looking to spend top dollar just because I'm not going to use it.
One for like $80 or something, then you
exactly. Yeah. That's pretty much my limits, like $80. And
see, did I call it?
Yeah.
It was funny. I was sitting around with my buddy the other night. We were like, "How good is this movie?" We played that game. Like, what do you think the review was? We look at each other at the same time and we go, "It's not that great." And I was like, "All right, say it on 3, 1, 2, 3," and we both go 37%. I'm not BSing you. We looked the movie up on Rotten Tomatoes. They gave it a 37%.
Nice.
Like, we're watching too many
Vince
movies.
is excited to get his Embers. Yeah, again, for those who don't know, the Embers sold out in 4 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Congrats
to
Lawrence. I'm never going to ask exact numbers from Lawrence, but between Tom and I, we are experienced, Terry, in the limited runs of Lawrence and what the volumes are. And traditionally, it's give or take, let's say, a 25 pedal run, which is what most companies do for a limited run. Yep. But it sounds like this one was a run of 50 and they still sold it.
He said, because I guess a couple like that he didn't count in the initial run, like yours and mine. So he said the other day was when someone asked him in the chat, I think he said 53 or 54. But it was supposed to be like a 50 run, officially.
Yeah.
That's crazy fast, man.
I think technically mine's prototype. I think RJ's would have been a prototype. Definitely Phil McKnight's.
Yeah.
Or Sean Tubbs, because I'm looking at people that had the videos out on the day of or prior.
Right.
Yeah,
oh, there you go. Vin's RJ said he said 54, and Vin's RJ got number 50.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, I don't think Lawrence has done any more than maybe say 50. He's on average. He usually does probably about 25.
I think 25 plus the handful of to the RJs or myself or Tom.
Yeah.
The friends and family run.
Which is about right, I think, for most boutique builders as it is.
I don't think people realize, too, and I'm not trying to, increase Lawrence's prices for anyone. I'm sure Lawrence wouldn't complain, but when you get the actual builder who designs it, building them by hand one at a time, let's just say, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of companies doing that and then charging $500 a piece.
Right. Super Jaguar asks, is this new merch? Nope, this is OG merch.
So, I mean, they're not
holding
cheap,
up well.
I think for what Lawrence's stuff is, it's actually very well priced.
Hey, Johnny.
Market,
yes.
Great to see you here, my friend.
What's up, Adam
D?
Oh,
or is that
you got 54 people in here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Dutch was 52, Embers 54. Wow, cool.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know when he sleeps.
Drink your milk, Ben. I'll join you. All right. I'll do that. All right. Actually, that's impressive because if you think the Lost Dutchman, I think hinted in around 30 because a few extras and Tom, because you'd hear about it, you're like, what? How? That one? How did that one come about? Because I remember you refer. Speaking of which, what's his name? Lawrence. He's out of Norway. He posted a photo of his LPD collection, Tom,
with 2 Dutchmans on it.
Oh,
2 Dutchmans and a Dutch.
Yes, I saw it. Yes.
Jens?
And
Is it
who
Jens?
posted the photo in Lawrence's group the other day with 3 prototype pedals with nothing but VT, volume tone, whatever written on them. And they look suspiciously like Lawrence prototypes. Was that unbelievable? Okay. I thought that was him. Something looks suspiciously like a...
That's who it was, yeah.
Might have had a rate depth feedback kind of control on it kind of thing.
You know what? I'm going to look up that photo just to show everybody because...
I did see that picture. Yeah, I was like, wow.
And I figured, you know what? He put it on the Instagrams, so that means he's willing to show it off.
But when you said uneffing believable, I'm like, I was almost sure without seeing the tag on it that that's who it had to be. You know? I got to email Lawrence too. I want to make a pedal board of like just all of his drives on one board that I own. That was it.
Oh my God.
That's it. Look at it.
Wow.
Wow. that is not messing around.
He's hoarding. He has 2 Muggy-Ohm booths.
I know.
Why?
I know.
Why do you have 2?
If anyone has one and they don't want it anymore, let me know.
I have mine. But
Come on, Lawrence. Be honest. Does he hide at the back of your house to make sure he can grab the pedal as soon as you're done with it?
No.
What he said was
he was like, "Here, Lawrence, I'm going to transfer like 30 grand into your bank account, and whenever you have anything, you just send it to me and debit it off my account."
He is doing. This is a humanitarian thing, Terry. In case of global disaster of some kind. We have a safe room locked away in Norway.
Yep, like Seed Vault.
Out of the way, yeah. They're just in a secure location that in case something happens, we do have...
Or if anything happens to Lawrence in 100 years from now, we need it, and they have to look at the circuit, we have those originals. It's just like, the Seed Vault.
Somebody has came along, decapitated Lawrence just before he died, and has his head, cryogenically stored in this vat so that when something happens to his pedals they can say, Lawrence, there's something wrong with your iguana drive. What do I need to do?
Reverse engineering, right? Like if tone goes to crap because Lawrence disappears or something, because big pedal doesn't like what he's doing, so Lawrence disappears and we have to
It'll
reverse
be like
engineer
it, where he pays for everything in gold coins. He'll just be paying for things in pedals.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to stay for a month. That'll be one pedal.
And by the way, I want to say shout out to House of Twang in the house, and Janice is back. Nice.
Just the LPD Smithsonian Norway.
They're in pairs, so they can make babies. That's awesome.
Exactly.
I'm surprised he didn't go on Reverb and buy the Japanese LPD input boost that's been on there.
Right. What's up, Mojo 67?
I
was also gonna. I don't think.
Thanks, Mojo.
In that photo, I'm not gonna look it up again, but I'm pretty sure he's missing the nice drive A. So Jens, if you're watching, you could be one of 2 because there's 2 available. And I'd like to get rid of both of them tonight. So if there's 2 people in the chat that are interested, what do you hit, Lawrence? info@lpdpedals.com to order up a nice drive A, which I believe is $179.95, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to overstep. Could be an inflation situation. I don't know. Silicon chips aren't as cheap as they used to be. Space age polymers, they're in there. Tone Mojo. A lot of Tone Mojo. And that stuff isn't cheap.
Well, silicon chips take a while to make.
Yeah, you've got a smart idea.
They take time to fully dry out. You can't. There you go. Exactly.
Just put Lawrence on a $500 a month retainer.
There you go.
That works.
And if a bunch of things come up in one month, you just wire them some more money.
Well, that's going to cover you at least a pedal a month. No matter what.
These addicts, though, that might not be enough. I mean,
yeah, but Lawrence, he does. You know what he'll do? Beware, folks. If you get in, if you're on the mailing list, get on the mailing list, and you see the 2022 LPD calendar come out, Tom, it's just going to be a different pedal every month, and none of them you've heard of.
Mm-hmm.
None of them will be a throwback or a classic. It'll be, this, and then this, and then this. Oh, did I mention this? Oh, and this. You bet you didn't see this coming.
Every time you say silicone, I think say fake boobs. No. If it came out wrong, I meant to say silicon. If it didn't come across.
Well, there's silicone in there too. There's both.
Next from LPD Pedals, the
squishy But I hear you, John. Yeah. The pure silicone. Yes, I was thinking about that too.
Hey, Brad.
Good to see you here, my friend.
I think Britney Spears used up all the silicone she was posting on Instagram lately.
I think most of it was sitting in Van Nuys for a number of years.
Yeah.
For those who know. For those who don't, Look it up. What's Van Nuys' chief export? Well,
we know.
Lots of DVDs.
I thought you were going to say the Kardashians.
Might as well be.
Yeah, pretty close. They came up with...
Well, Terry, if you recall how one of the original one got her start in fame.
How to become a billionaire, right?
Speaking of elevators. Yes, Simon, he says, so there's only 2 of those nice drive-out. Yeah, so we did an original run, I want to say, of 25 of these. Maybe it was 30. Lawrence can confirm. But then he found the parts to build 4 more, and we were putting together a waiting list. Mailing list? Well, you're on the waiting list from the mailing list to do a second run. And once we had a commitment, I think of 50, Lawrence said he would do another run. But he has the parts for 4, so he said he could do a super duper limited run of 4. We'll call it a release 1.1. You know, it's not really a second release; it's a 1.1 release.
And hello, Amanda.
And anyone wondering?
I was just changing the subject. That's
anyone
all.
who, and I'm sure most people know, but anyone wondering why he's got to do 25 or 50 or whatever, when you're getting circuit boards printed, they won't make you like 7 or like 3. They'll make you a lot, you know?
Yeah, and so I'm guessing, even though it was a run of, say, 25 to start, he probably had to have 50 circuit boards printed up in the first place.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say. It would have to be like a minimum 50 order. Probably they would want, though, on average, probably like.
Of course, we're all just spitballing, and Lawrence is just going, no, that's not how it works.
But I mean, what we're trying to say is that, you know, I mean, it's, you know, he's got to do a lot like that because otherwise you would be paying $500 a piece. Yeah.
And Bent Lawrence asked if you have played the Phoenix yet. He'd love to hear what you think.
And the Phoenix,
Phoenix
is not a course. We don't know the name of the course yet.
Yeah, I have not had a chance, but I will let you know as soon as I do, Lawrence.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been making cables for like 2 days.
Yeah, Lawrence says there are places that will do smaller volume pedals, but they're very expensive. Yeah, because like you can get one circuit board made for you, a one-off circuit board, but it's going to cost you, say, $400.
Yeah.
Whereas you get 10 made, it costs you $500, or you get 1,000 made, it costs you $1,000.
And then you look at some people that do tone pedals like Isle of Tone, where they just do it and they don't do a printed circuit board, and they're $1,500.
Oh wow!
For one of their pedals, I'm not kidding. Brand new.
I'd just like to throw it out to the chat and the panel, I guess. How many of you have made a circuit board?
Not I.
I tried to do it once. Yeah, it's not fun.
I've done it several times. Yeah, breadboard. Yeah, you could do just a breadboard. Put it in a big casing. It's just a breadboard. Okay, Brad has. Nice. I'm assuming Lawrence has.
I've done it on a breadboard, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I took electronics every year in high school for 4 years.
But
simple, but yes, I have. And they would have those like dry erase transfer.
Yep. Okay,
which didn't work with shit because if they cracked, it breaks your circuit. So we got really good, Tom, with razor blades and just using electrical tape to run our. You're just cutting super thin strips.
After they, explained to me the way, like I think it must have been 12 or 13, explained to me how, the traces work and you can cut it.
Really? Don't be a tease because he says this, and then the next thing I see is Thomas Santiago, hey there. So is it called the Thomas Santiago, hey there?
There you go.
That'd be a cool name.
Well, there's that, and then that was the very
Maybe
next
the name of it is, how many dots were there? 5 dots?
Or the hey
dots?
there?
Yeah, hey there? No, we had the hey seed, and that became something else. So no, marketing wouldn't go with a hey there. I don't know. Acid, you'd use that blue acid.
It's the Amanda Coombs. Oh, yeah.
Coombs? Terry will get it right. That's okay. You're not like Mayhem and just throw S's on the end of things. He's not here to defend himself, so that's why I said it. I said it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, but he's also
something shiny, etc. Yeah,
something.
He's also the best horticulturist you know.
Exactly. See, now Sis is not letting it go.
Two O's. Make an ooh, Terry.
Coombs?
There you go. 5. Let's see. 5 dots. It's confirmed the name is
Amanda
Coombs.
Coombs is her name. Amanda combs her hair when she wants to comb it. There's the difference, right, Ben?
Love it.
Well, I could just simply say Mr. Dress Up.
One's a noun.
Yeah, right.
One's a noun. One's a verb.
Terry, you're gonna have to explain that to anyone who's like relatively new to the chat.
Oh. That just tells me it's going to be dripping wet.
Title chorus. I like that.
I like
That's
that.
a good
I really
choice.
like that name.
I hope you want someone to demo one, Lawrence.
The old grade 3 insult.
I hear there's a couple Canadians that do like pedal demo and testing.
I wouldn't know.
Though one seems to always get them all the time. Just saying.
Dripping wet. Attention, Kmart shoppers.
That's almost like how my hair is with the gel.
There's an
The
empty
dripping wet
Kmart.
look.
There's an empty Kmart like 2 or 3 miles from me because they were everywhere and it was like a super Kmart. So it's huge. And every time we drive by it, my son Tom goes, someone's got, because it's got that super flat, just open floor space. And Kmart always had that super hard cement floor with like a thin kind of tile over it, like kind of like you'd see in a hospital.
Almost
really
always
smooth.
was like a grocery store, I thought. For
Yeah,
the one I seen down in the
that
States.
kind of, but it's really smooth stuff. And he goes, someone needs to turn that into an indoor skate park. I'm like, that would be badass. Because when I gutted it, they took all the fixtures out. It's just a giant open square that's like
Lawrence,
huge,
I will say that in the demo. It's so moist.
No, you should have water dripping down your head and be like, t-shirt's all wet.
Yeah, I'll just have like a spray bottle on hand, so I'll just douse myself.
No, even better, what you need to do in that case is you need to get it and you need to say, it's so moist and it sounds great from Master 8-Pick.
You put a wet paper towel behind it and you hold the pedal up in front and you squeeze the towel behind the pedal like this. You go, oh, and the water's dripping out.
How wet do you want your tone? I could actually rig it up on the tone stand. If I had it slightly forward, that water would be running out from either side and behind it. So all of a sudden you'd see water start dripping down throughout the demo.
Other left, nobody likes a dry chorus.
Ben, I'm going to legitimately email Lawrence and ask him about these. Nobody likes a dry chorus, Amanda.
You know what?
Nobody likes a dry chorus.
I'm sorry, other left. I'm going to have to steal that because that needs to go on a T-shirt, Terry.
Yes, it does.
Nobody likes a dry chorus.
Nobody has to say, don't put the last name, but say, nobody likes a dry chorus, Amanda. Nobody likes a dry chorus, ... Amanda. Right? Because then people will be like, who's Amanda? Be like, it's my sister. Don't worry about it. Like, it's all good.
And, we know he has one.
Okay, rub it in. Go ahead. It is moist. Is it like devil's food cake moist, or is it like, what are we talking?
Okay.
And knowing my sister, she does not have a subtle, quiet laugh. So the whole house is going, what's going on?
Okay, Alan's Guitar Channel. There you go. Nailed it. I'll leave you. I'll let you guys say that one.
All the viewers just read that, and those watching on replay can just make sure you have the replay of the chat enabled.
Yes. At 8:41 p.m., you'll want to look for Alan's Guitar Channel's comment.
Just saying.
39 minutes and 30 seconds approximately in.
Perfect. He says, please feel free. Awesome. I'm just thinking, I might just put, maybe with somebody with their crossed arms. Nobody likes a dry chorus.
That's funny. I realized I was logged in as like an alternate name here. It's right after Lawrence.
There we go.
Hey, Cooter Taste Tester. Okay. It's quite the name.
Okay.
No. That's a legitimate product. Look at the thing there. Cooter Turtle. So I stole someone who's on Facebook. Their thing was Cooter Taste Test. So I just made a username that was Cooter Taste Tester. But the guy who did it is really into Cooter Turtles. He likes to eat Cooter Turtles, like turtle soup.
Excuse me.
So that's why his was Cooter Taste Tester.
Is it possible?
I thought it was a good double entendre, you know.
I will say I did a search for my pedal because Simon was asking for more info. I was going to post a link to my demo on it.
It's Ben's pedal. It's good. Don't worry about it.
I see. I got a link to Flipside for it.
Nice.
I was like, what? They have one? But no, they don't because it says sold out. More on the way. So there you go, Lawrence. Maybe Ike was the other person on the waiting list because we're trying to figure out because we wanted to sell 2 tonight, but Lawrence says, I think there's somebody else. Maybe it's Ike and or Dylan. Hey, John.
Yeah. Simon.
Tell them they can have it if they're willing to sell their original Univibe, right? Do you remember? I was like, a serious question when they were live the one time a couple months ago. Are you willing to sell it? I'm seriously interested. And they looked at each other and they're like, yeah, no, that's a no. It's like, I don't blame you, you know.
Simon asked you
All right.
something.
And for those who want to hear, hey, Michael B.
Hey, Michael B.
I'm going to post a link in the chat to the demo of my pedal. Unfortunately, I'm the only channel so far that's demoed it. Gauntlet Throne, all big major channels that could afford to buy one of the 2 pedals and demo it.
Ben, that's a major information for me there. Look what LPD said when he said Craig Tomlinson, it will do some cool vibrato sounds with the controls but no switch. I hope to also have a Vibe out soon. You know what sicko needs that like as soon as possible? The guy who just loves Vibe.
Hey, Blackjack Guitar.
Blackjack Guitar is here as well. Nice. Well, you don't need to watch it now because then you'll close this out. But or you can do that. I'm just saying.
Lawrence, if you're working on the Vibe and you want me to send you, I have that Sabadias Vibe, and then I have another one.
See this. I will see. I'll see Amanda in the morning. So we're not going too late tonight, folks. Why? Because I gotta drive, and then Doug, and picking up and cooking. I'm cooking for a lot of people tomorrow night. I might have to dip off to the grocery store.
You're like in the same spot as me and my family, Ben. It's a lot of work to be the one that helps everyone out in your family, but it's rewarding.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Thanks very much, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, House of Twang.
Thanks, House of Twang.
I love that avatar.
But yeah, Lawrence, I have that the Sabadias, and then I have a smaller company called Retro Man. They only made for a couple of years, but they both use legitimate like NOS parts. So if you want me to send them,
okay. So Amanda's like, oh sure, blame moi. Sounding like mom. Blame moi. All right. We'll go until the cold snack's done.
Cold snack.
Which you can see she's still quite. The bottle's moist. Is what I'm saying.
No saxophone with the cold snack tonight. Glass saxophone.
Oh, yeah, I've already had a couple rounds. So read your statement, sis. You know that's mom. Oh sure, blame moi.
Wow.
Yeah, totally mom. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Ben, you're asked by Simon, can you explain one more time for the cheap seats?
Yeah, that's why I put the link to the demo in there, because it's easier to watch the demo. Nice, tipping my cold snack your way. Nice.
See what on F Unbelievable said by Suni means he'll be sending me a text. It's funny because it's true.
The Vibe's not out till next year. Well, you got to remember, there is that 4-knob Vermin coming this year, folks. But enough about that. We still have 2 nice drive A's to sell. Although I think Simon's going to be possibly taking one. So there's one nice drive A. See how I did that? Well, let's just say one for sure. So one of you folks out there that want it, just saying, hit Lawrence up, info@lpdpedals.com.
Neil Stone's Don't Stop Believing 77.
I might have to do that checkbox. Like, is there any paid promotion in this? Well, sort of.
Well, see, if the guy that had like duplicates of everything was his name Jens, he'd have to order 2 nice drive A's because he has like 2 of everything. Yeah, you have 3 left? Yeah, just give me all 3. Yeah.
I was just thinking, too, for the compensation on a run, I usually will do something with Lawrence. Like, well, if it's a limited run of 4 pedals, what's that? Does that cover those pink knobs I still got to get from him? A limited run of 4 pedals. What do you get? I'll give you some knobs. That's your compensation for a 4-pedal run. Works. I dig it. I'm almost thinking those knobs might work on a guitar.
Every time I look down though at those bright pink knobs with that teal background, I'm just it just makes me happy.
I know. So
like a lot of builders are like, screw you, this is what I build by it. Like the fact that he would like do stuff, because people ask for it, I think that's awesome too.
Yeah,
very cool.
He had a few left. I was like, I gotta have those. I gotta have them.
So worth it.
Already saving up this month's patrons. I put that towards. That's just credit towards the next LPD order because I figured.
Nice. What were you going to say, Terry?
Oh, I was just going to ask Ben or remind Ben of anything he might have forgotten to mention so far yet.
Yes. Let's talk about Kurt Hammack going to Gibson for the sole purpose that now Gibson can reissue a Greenie replica.
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's why. Because it's not exclusive. Steve from Boss would say, well, they might do Kurt's V as well. Well, they might, but they're not.
That was my thought. They might do the black with the white pickguard, was it?
Yeah, they might. Yeah. They might, but they won't. But it's all about the Greenie. It's all about the Greenie.
They told him, yeah, we'll do the Flying V. No. They're going for the Greenie.
Manitobans with guitars. Happy Monday, gents. Terry, new haircut. Looks tight. Darth Vapor, straight Tom. Love you guys. Have a great week. Well, we're going to have to do something about that.
Nice.
But Greenie was used in the photo, and it was mentioned in the press release. And Terry knows. What other big company has a face that, one, you like, and 2, hangs out in the chats? Aljon Goes, who I'm talking about. Chief Bottle Washer over at Epiphone, Kramer, Steinberger, something else.
A lot of stuff.
Or is it just the 3? 3?
I think he's only Kramer, Epiphone, Steinberger.
Right. So
that might be
Yeah. So and he did say, they're looking to do I would assume the ultimate goal would be a Gibson custom shop version of the Greenie that's going to be, pretty maybe what's his name that works there? Tom Murphy? Chris Murphy?
Yeah,
it'll be
Tom
It'll be like $25,000.
Right. Yeah. Like you'll have your whatever. Let's say something comes in around 10-ish K, 10 to 12K. Yep. That's going to be, very right on.
Yeah.
Then do a Gibson USA, which is essentially just do that burst on a standard. And then they're going to do an Epiphone version too, which, you know what? Why not? Because honestly, we all know it as the Greenie. But there's a bunch of kids out there that are going to know it as Kurt's Greenie. And I say kids, they're in their 20s, right? They might not know the full history of that guitar. But the dude, he's been pulling a Bonamassa since the day he got it. He goes, fuck, I paid through the nose for this thing. So
he's been playing it. He plays it live a lot. You see on their own, whatever that Vivo, Metallica Vivo, where it's just music, not any other stuff. Separate from the Metallica YouTube channel. All the time they show him playing it live. Like recently in the last 5 years, or however long he's had it, he's been playing it consistently.
Maybe
BC Rich I remember that too. Yeah, the first Greenie replica was kind of meh.
Wow. Christian Hunter said ZZ Top replaced Dusty Hill as per his wishes with their longtime guitar tech.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Elwood is his name? Yeah.
Elwood.
I want to say Elwood. Yeah. To the point where he's been growing a beard for some time. I
always think of it as the Peter Green Les Paul because he was the first famous musician to play it, really.
Right.
That's the way I see it, kind of, but I guess you
So you don't look at Jimmy Page's Les Paul as a Joe Walsh Les Paul?
No.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Screw you, Ben. I'm out of here. See you, Tom.
Oh wait, speaking of Les Pauls, so I follow all these nerdy ones that are just hashtag 59 burst, hashtag burst, hashtag 1959 burst, so that I get all of them every day on Instagram. It's the only thing I go look at is old guitars and things made of silicone. No, silicone. But
yeah, the fact that the Greenie is out there, again, and if people look at it as just a Kirk Hammett, cool old Kirk Hammett guitar,
still gets press, yeah.
Whatever, it moves product, and that's the whole point. That's what these relationships and endorsements are for. Yeah. The idea is, Tom, I want to build a replica of your guitar to make a bunch of money off your name and your guitar, and I'm going to compensate you for doing it. And you're like, what do you mean? I'm going to give you, let's say, $200 a unit, whether it be a custom shop or an Epiphone. You're getting $200 a unit, and you're like, well, then immediately your accountant's like, well, yeah, you're good. The high end ones, we're going to sell like 25. And you're like, well, that's not much money. Well, the Gibson USA ones, we're probably going to sell about 250. Oh, really? Yeah. The Epiphones, yeah, we're going to sell about 5,000 over the next 3 years. You're like, okay.
Aljon did actually.
We'll make up, like, if you want a replica of Greenie for stage use, we'll do that. Fuck that. That's the whole point. Be having this.
I mean, long term, 3 to 5 years out, it's probably about $1 million deal, in total once they sell all the Epiphones.
Yeah,
because the Epiphones definitely will sell the most. I mean, it's it's kind of economics 101.
I was gonna say I did actually get Aljon to basically give an unofficial statement. He basically
he was confirmed because it was on the press release. That's what he was saying. He said on the press release.
He just backed it up, but to actually have him actually confirm it, and he said there would be multiple Hammett products in the Epiphone.
I'm wondering if there's going to be like the $25,000 one, kind of like the EVH Frankenstein, where it's like the custom shop one's pretty close with a little relicing, but this one's like every bit of wear and like tarnishing and everything.
And I'm gonna say right now, like, I love the YouTube guitar community, but there's a few of y'all that need to like step out in the sunlight once in a while and let the brain breathe, because Steve from Boston's going on about the whole Kirk Hammett thing, and they're like, there's people that say, I wonder if Gibson Epiphone, they're going to do this, or they're just saying blatant, just weird, whatever tinfoil hat idea pops in their head. I'm like, Aljon's right there, and if you're too stupid to see he's in the chat with you while you're asking these rhetorical questions, why don't you ask him? Tag him. He's right there. And if you claim to be a guitar expert and your opinion, all opinions matter, well, sure, but like, you should be aware, especially since he's such a, like, we don't know who the fuck works at Fender. You know what I mean? We don't know who any of their product managers are.
Yeah.
But we know Aljon Go.
Well, the other thing, too, is...
Hey, Chris.
People underestimate that Steve from Boston knows every single thing going on his show and in the chat. He's an extremely intelligent guy. Just because he's laid back and super friendly, don't think he doesn't see everything going on. He's probably just sitting there laughing his ass off to himself like, Aljon's in the chat. You could ask him right there.
Yeah.
But he's classy, so he just doesn't even say anything.
I'll just sit here and noodle on the guitar.
I love Steve. He's one of my favorite people to watch.
He is.
He's a genuinely good human being. I mean, he's a great guitar player too, but he's a nice guy, and to me, that's what counts first.
And nobody can tell a better story.
Yeah.
Or like, on this one thing I missed since COVID hit was like, whenever Steve would travel for a trip, there was always the slideshow on his first live stream after his trip.
Yeah,
I love Uncle Steve's slideshows.
I do too. Yeah.
Because it's a good mix of friends, gear, food, and booze.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like that guy.
Except for the name with the bad steak.
Oh, somebody's car alarm just went off.
Let me tell you, when you've told me that about Steve explaining that to you guys, I just was saying to myself, I so wish I would have been there, because that would have been so hilarious to hear him explaining it.
Wow!
Oh my god!
That just sucks right in the hairy ball sack. My brand new Jazzmaster has been at GC for 2+ months. Because
Oh, you
Fender's
gotta be
supposed to
kidding
send
me.
a new pickup.
That is kind of odd because
Well-
they shouldn't be behind in pickups. It's wholly
actually, Terry, when you
yeah,
have barely
yeah.
enough to build them, you don't have enough to ship out
Raw
extra
materials
pickups.
are down.
Yeah. I just was thinking that as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah, because I remember, like, when I got into swapping out 6 saddle bridges on tellies, and I was ordering those bridges 2 or 3 at a time. And this is in, 2019 already. But because they were so close, because of on-demand, you get the parts in, you put them together, they go out. You don't have warehouses anymore of your own stock. 6 to 8 weeks for a bridge. Because they came through Mexico to the U.S. and then from the U.S. to Canada. Why they don't go straight from Mexico to Canada, I don't know. So it's 6 to 8 weeks if you're lucky, because that's when you put in the order. It says 6 to 8 weeks. Thanks, Charles. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Charles.
Hey, thanks, Charles.
Steve's a rock star of basement jamming. The only thing more priceless would be if it was his parents' house, right?
Oh God.
Well, he acts that way because he's very courteous to his family.
Yeah.
He's like, they're getting a little sick of me having to wait for me to get
this
out
week
of
he's
here.
like, holy crap, it's 9:02. I better run. Because he's got a hard 9 o'clock. Yeah. Which I get, because, he used to do shows once every 2 weeks. And then now it's been once a week since COVID. Which
Tomlinson,
awesome.
4-2.
He's one of the longest channels I've watched. I watched him, before I even had my own account on YouTube, like years ago. When his channel was under another name.
BC Rich. Yeah, I know. Yeah, just in time.
He's always so calm and even keeled. It's like, Uncle Steve.
Yes. Because of previous commitments. Metal Wednesday will be on this Wednesday.
Jay Honan.
With the one and only Boner Jams, who just oozes sexuality.
Yeah.
Like no other man on the face of this planet, I must say. And, of course, Jay Hannon, who he knows a thing or two about this, that, and the other thing.
And he can do this thing on the guitar.
He can do all those tricks. He knows how to use wiggle sticks much better than I can.
And he knows how to do more of these that I can do. He does these, but they sound really cool.
20 Days to the Doobie Brothers for Randy Crooks. Yep.
Awesome.
Yes, and Steve has been doing the occasional late night stream. Which I heard was funny because he did one a few weeks ago, and my sister happened to be up, so she had jumped in. And people are asking, like, where's Ben? She's like, I don't know. It's 1:30 in the morning, and he lives in another town. I don't know. Like, you might as well say that about anybody. If I jump in, where's Tom? I assume in bed. It's 1:30 in the morning. I don't know.
They assume that your houses are just right,
Yeah.
no matter how far apart, like this.
It's not free company.
We're Canada. We're supposed to be all packed in like the US
apart,
folks are like
rope.
Japan.
A rope between them, you can just swing over.
She lives. It is almost on the nose, a 24-kilometer drive each way.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's
about 15, 16 miles each way.
Let's put it in Japan perspective. Amanda lives about 50 floors up above Ben.
Yeah.
50 floors up.
I could not.
4 units over. My bad.
I could not live in one of those apartment complexes. I'd either get lost or I'd just be claustrophobic.
Lawrence is right. It's like kindergartens believing all the teachers live at the school. Yeah.
Sometimes that's true, though.
Well, I get that. Like people say hey to me in the chat and they'll say, hey, what's Amanda up to today? I'm like, I don't know.
What do I look like?
Couldn't tell you. I
Father?
haven't talked to her in 3 days. You know? Guess what? You know, you can go a few days without talking to each other. Half time, I talk to her as much in the chats as we text. You know? Canada's not really that big compared to the sun. Yeah, it's on. There's Mayhem.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, nice. Napanee car show with the grandson. Calgon, take me away. Yeah, I bet. I bet you're worn out, buddy. That's nice. I only threw you under the bus once prior during the broadcast tonight, so it's all good. Speaking of which, we've hit the
Later,
1 hour
Janice.
mark. See you, Janice. I wasn't going to wrap
Janice.
it just because Janice is leaving, because TC64 just showed up.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, exactly. What am I, your brother? I want to
Pizza
thank.
deliveries. Oh, good.
Do the shout outs to the the patrons on Patreon. Yes. So I want to shout you folks out before I forget, and you can join for as little as $1 a month. Really helps out the channel. It does, believe me. I want to thank Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Mickey Settlemeyer, should have taken a breath, Joe C, Keith H, Canucks 0, Unfucking Believable, Charles 75N, John Z, John ZD 351.
That's a new one.
That's not a new one. I've been saying it for 2 years, I think. John, you. JP Page 2, Jose Benito Martinez Jr., Fruitcake Tony, Bent Tom, that guy, Blackjack Guitar, I saw him in the chat, Grumpy Mike Guitar, last night's guest. Thanks again, Grumpy Mike, for coming on. And thanks everybody that tuned in. We did some great numbers last night.
Yes, that was an awesome
sound all
show.
braggy, but it helps the channel, believe me. Craig Tomlinson, Cousin Todd Flowers, Charles Green, Brad Guitar Miller, of course, Absolute Mayhem, and CJ. Also, shout outs to Boner Jams just based off sexiness. Wow, I sound like I'm losing my voice. Great. By the way, no Nez says this week. Why? Because Dave's at the Guns N' Roses concert. Possibly. Does he have front row seats?
Oh, he's going to the one in East Rutherford or another one?
I think, yeah, and I think he has front row seats.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Fex. Who you calling Zed? Fuck.
Nice.
Yep. Yep. See, tune in just for me to read off the patrons. Yep, I got it right. Yes, twice in a row. Speaking of which, new video up, and also if you're a channel member and you're not getting the videos, because I know how Patreon, Tom, you're a patron, so you know, right? You go there, it's like Facebook, right? You just have a feed from the people you follow.
Right.
Yeah, I don't actually support anyone on Patreon. I know it's bad, it's hypocritical, but why? Because I'm poor. That's why. You could be that too, Terry. Just confirmed an order with Lawrence for the nice drive A. Awesome. You'll have a scribble on it for me. Nice.
Oh. Thanks, man.
Awesome, Simon.
Nice.
Thanks. So we have one left. One nice drive A. So, one. Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, channel members, it'll show up on the community tab of my channel if you're missing videos, or sometimes if you're on the desktop, you'll have community posts randomly show up, or just set the bell, ring it, and set it to all. And if you're on your phone, make sure you enable notifications from YouTube on your app as well. It's all fine and dandy to have the bell rung, Terry, but if you have notifications disabled on the app on the phone, don't mean squat.
Yep.
You might get a badge, have a little 1 or a 2, and you're like, wonder what that's regarding. Oh, Ben was live. Dang it. This is what I'm saying. Tank loves poutine. How could you not? How could you not?
Of course he loves it. That's why he stole it.
Yes, Mayhem, there is a better feeling than a good haircut and a shave. Not having a haircut and a shave.
No, there is a better feeling than a good haircut and a shave. It's not something you can say publicly.
There you go.
That's a whole different live stream.
I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
Blackjack, did I get my ears lowered?
Did you get your hair cut? No, I got them all cut.
Yep. That's what my dad used to say all the time.
Brother Aaron, missed your
Aaron.
FaceTime. I was cooking dinner when you FaceTime me, and I didn't see it. And then I ate dinner, and I saw your message, and I messaged you. I didn't hear back. But I'm assuming nap or kids. I get it. He was probably on his way home from work.
It's a work course.
Well, you can do that, Lawrence. I've heard of those places.
I didn't even know they had those kind of places.
Well,
I've read about them.
that would work here in Canada since we do have a free to be topless law. That's
Oh,
been in
yeah,
place
since
for
like the
2
early
decades.
90s. Yeah,
Yeah,
that went
really.
in in the early 90s. Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. It's almost 3 decades now.
Yep.
So you can just be out at a park and be topless.
I get it, Johnny. I can see Johnny's avatar. He's like, shave? Never. Like, look at that. That's impressive. Like, that's commitment. I get it. I love it.
It's like Ryan from RNA Music in Texas. You'd swear he was like the 5th member of the ZZ Top.
Right. So I'm trying to think. Anything else to cover? We'll see about videos this week. Depends how busy I get this week. Free the nipple. Sure. That works. Yeah. All right.
Bone Jenkins growing out his hair for his OnlyFans page.
Any last minute questions, folks? Let's get them in now. We'll start wrapping things up. How about that? Because
Yep.
clearly I've run out of things to say, even though we got some cold snacks left. Right. Laz is driving.
I gotta grab one thing. Keep it going.
All right. Aaron's on his way to see ZZ Top. What? Really?
What?
What? Sure. It's possible. What? What? Is that what you were calling and telling me about? You scored tickets to see ZZ Top? That's plausible.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember if they said what their next tour date was.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh, do you have a reverb shop now, Brad Guitar Miller? Perfect. Yeah, self-promote. There it is.
I thought he actually said he was selling a Fret Rockers watch. I was going to say, that would be interesting.
Ooh. There you go. Simon Hosford asks, I got a real random question for y'all. I love the use of y'all. Favorite chili sauces? I collect them. Well, you know what? It's not the spiciest, and I believe, Terry, you and I were discussing it last week. The Flipside Music hot sauce is pretty damn good.
Yes.
It's very tasty. Tom, have you tried the hot sauce from Flipside Music?
Yes, I have some right now. It is really good.
It's good, right?
It is really good, yeah.
Simon had a question. He's like, favorite chili sauce, and I was like, it's a nice sauce. It's not overly hot. Like I could put it directly on nachos. Like I could eat it like salsa.
Yeah, for me, it's not that hot. I would say it's a mild to medium, but it tastes really good. The flavors, you know, it's not a bunch of junk.
Like
it's like real ingredients.
Because they send you a little airline bottle. I got.
Yeah. That's why I have a little one.
By the way, dang it, Dylan was here last night too.
Yeah.
Y'all need to send me more of this stuff. Like send me a 2-4. Like I need a Scarborough suitcase of this stuff.
Yeah, man. For real.
And this stuff, yeah, like it's like a medium to hot salsa in a sense, but because it's so flavorful, and you could just dump that whole bottle into something.
We have a chain near us called California Tortilla, and they have a wall of probably like, I don't know, 60 or maybe 100 sauces, and they tell you level 1 to like 11, I think it goes.
Nice.
And when they say 11, they mean it for real. Like 11 would be like, there's one out of Buffalo, New York.
I don't know if
the original Buffalo wings are from, and it's called Ass in a Tub.
Oh, okay. Aaron was referring to his beard. He said, "Yeah, you are, Aaron. Yeah, you could fill in." last time I was down south at the Concord Mills Mall, they actually have a hot sauce store.
Oh yeah, I've been to one of those too.
With samples.
And they have the ones in the glass case that are like $100.
Yeah, I was just no. And there's a few in the upper chamber that they'll offer free samples because they're just like, yeah, here, take this Black Death.
Like the 1 to 3 million Scoville unit ones, yeah. They're like, all you need is a pinhead on your tongue. You'll taste it.
Ooh. Have I ever tried Dexter Holland from Offspring's Gringo Bandito sauces? No, I have not.
I have not.
I don't know if you can get them in Canada. Cushman?
Yeah, I follow Hot Ones a lot. It would be cool to try some of those sauces, but
you can get a lot of those on Amazon.
Yeah,
or just talk to Brian Burke because Brian's been doing a lot of hot sauce videos for some reason.
A lot of them on that Hot Ones are at this local place I go to. They're just, like I said, it's a whole wall of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, otherwise my thing lately was I bought 4 bottles of Frank's Red Hot sauce. I got 2 original, 1 extra spicy, and 1 that was like a honey garlic.
I have a Frank's that Mayhem gave me for my birthday. I'm still working on that. I don't use it often. I usually just mix it in when I do pasta for Dad and me. I don't add it to his, and then I just add it to mine post. And as long as you don't go crazy with it, where then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, it tastes like hot sauce and pasta. But if you sparingly use it, all of a sudden you're like, you're eating it, you're like, oh, yeah, this is very flavorful pasta. And all of a sudden you're halfway through the plate and you're like, why am I sweating? Why? Oh, right, because it just creeps at such a slow rate that all of a sudden you're like, ooh, okay.
Like I make my own chocolate bars at home. I just buy the chocolate pieces and melt them. But I always put like either red pepper flakes
you're in the movie
or chili
Jason Confused, that means something else, right, Tom? Okay, guys, gotta blaze.
Gotta blaze.
All right.
See you later, Lawrence.
Later,
I keep getting older and they stay the same age.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Jeff.
Yeah, isn't the host from Hot Ones Shane from In the Blues?
Yeah, he looks similar. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Jeff,
I don't know Crystal or Crystal. Yeah, I know Crystal. Isn't that like a booze? Crystal.
Yeah. What was it here? Jeff K was asking, anyone use FU tone replacement springs for Fender 2-point trim, better or same from Fender stock? Recommended tension type or to try?
Oh, that's a lot. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the dealio on the FU tone springs. Oh, dang it. That's right. I removed one because I had 2 different ones in here. So different colors are different strengths. I can't remember what's the stock replacement. Then you go from there. You have to check out the website. Unfortunately, I don't have an affiliate link, Adam. But I'm more than happy to talk about your product. It's like a cutaway guitar. Jeez Louise.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Still need to get that control plate. All right, how do you... There. All right, so I got 2 of the reds in there. I found 2 of the reds work the same as 3 stock. As far as balance for me. I have added a trim stop and a big-ass brass block. I don't think that's the exact technical name, but it's big. What size is that? If I can read that. Oh, I can read a website. Dang it. I thought I had the size on it. She's big. They're silent. They do make a difference.
Yeah, I was going to say, first off, him coating the springs, first of all, would make them silent, give less feedback or sounds in the trim cavity for one. Then, as Ben has mentioned, and you're asking about the strengths and the weaknesses, well, that, again, it varies on how much you want to do it. Like, you could have 5 whole springs across the trim, and they could be all weak and give you. But at the same time, you could want to have less springs and just use 2 with like a different strength.
Yeah. I've done that, like have 5 weak springs to do the work of 3 just to have that look without the trying to move the trim bar.
Yeah.
Or you can just be like Travis and use napkins. Available at most fast food outlets, free o charge. Well, see, I always say ask for condiments if offered and napkins. You know why, Tom? You're paying for them anyways. You don't get a discount on your food if you don't take napkins and condiments, so you might as well take them. Just saying. That's your Midas tip of the week. Are Midas still in business?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a throwback reference, isn't it, Terry?
That's
Midas
a very old Canadian commercial throwback. That's why I was laughing.
Well, it was the sponsor segment during motoring. Insert year here, like motoring 92.
Yep, sure enough.
It was the one dude that worked at a Midas that had his tip of the week, and he always had some cool little. Just do that, check your air pressure once a week, and you'd be surprised how good your fuel economy maintains because you maintain air pressure. You're like, sweet. I worked at gas stations. I used to give people Midas tips of the week all the time. Like, there's your Midas tip of the week. They're like, thanks.
The funny part is actually here in my town, there is a Midas. So
Nice.
that's how I know there's.
Oh, yeah, there is,
business.
too. That's right. I used to deliver to the one in town here. That's right.
Yeah.
They're not the same as they used to be. They used to bend up custom exhausts and everything right then and there.
Yeah.
They
They
don't
were
do any of that
really
anymore.
awesome.
How do I know they don't do any of that anymore, Terry? Because they mostly just do brake jobs. How do I know that? Because I delivered to Midas, and I delivered brakes, and I rarely delivered exhaust parts.
Yeah.
And I would see their back room, and it's not like it was a back room full of exhaust parts.
They
'Cause
do
exhaust-
brake jobs, and some other location do screw jobs. as in
See a Billy Maloney?
over.
Yeah. Night, Billy.
I need
Billy.
that gif. The more you know. La.
Did you guys get Reading Rainbow with LeVar Burton?
Reading
Oh.
Rainbow. Reading
Thank you.
Rainbow.
Was that Ben?
Yes. Hi, Ben.
Hold on 1 second. Put
Hey,
those on.
Kai.
Hi,
Hi,
Ben.
Hey,
Kai.
Ryan.
Hi,
Good to see you, buddy.
Terry. Good to see you, too.
Tell them what we did today.
I know what we did today. We went to California Tortilla for lunch.
And what do we get for dessert?
I know what we got for dessert.
Lots of meat.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Quentin James. Quentin James. Oh, dear Lord. It's a guy like Nuno.
It's that kid that loves Nuno.
It's a kid that looks Nuno.
Loves Nuno,
Loves Nuno.
right? You ready to go?
Yes.
Great job, Kyan.
Awesome,
Bye.
Kyan.
Bye.
Bye.
I was telling him to say it's that kid that loves Nuno. Could he hear him say, "Oh dear Lord"?
Yeah.
He's a good kid. So we've got California Tortilla. He loves all the hot sauce. We'll do the 10s or the really hot ones. And then there's this like snow cone place around here. They do it like old school style where they literally cut it off a giant block when you order it and then add the flavor in. Not like
True
Rita's
shave
here.
days.
Rita's here pre-mixes their stuff and keeps it kind of semi-frozen. I'm like, and then they just spin it up when it dumped out. I'm like, that's not the real stuff. Yeah.
So I'm just going to throw it out there that when you go down my road, when you go into town, literally when you cross over the highway, the first thing is an entrance which goes down to plazas like Home Depot, Best Buy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or before you make it to the lights though, Tom, right on the corner is a dairy.
Oh.
They still have, as they call them, loony milkshakes, which is $1 milkshakes.
Ooh.
Wow.
Small milkshakes $1, mediums $1.50,
And that's
large is
real
$2.
cream milkshakes.
And it's just, well, it's basically soft serve, more or less.
Yeah.
And you just ease out on the soft serves. You let it run a little extra runny, and it's essentially that.
Yeah.
So they're just running those things wide open. Boom. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Those are your 3 choices.
That's all you need.
And it was Yeah. So the last couple of weeks, when we have the girls over, like an hour or so after lunch, I'll be like, milkshake run? They're like, oh, yeah.
That would be dangerous to fight something like that close to me like that.
That reminds me, I had Harvey's a little bit ago, and I actually got the orange
Canucks with
creamsicle.
milkshakes. Oh, I love orange cream.
Yeah, and for those, yeah.
Canucks with milkshakes.
So who in the chat was Quentin following the other day?
Prius.
Yeah.
If you drive a black Chevy Cruze and you love,
Maybe that's like their significant other, and their name.
You
is
might be
Anal.
Quentin's type.
Anal.
Quentin's thing. You know what?
I love Susie.
You notice,
I love
Terry,
Anal.
he was following awfully close behind.
Yeah.
You could say you could say Quentin was almost rear-ending him.
Almost.
JS.
Medium
Just
shake.
saying.
Exactly. Symmetry. A medium shake is $5 at DQ. See, now I used to love
That's a
going to
shame.
DQ for milkshakes, Tom.
I did
until
too.
about
And Blizzards.
10 years ago, because it was one of the few places I could still get a banana milkshake. And you're like, really, a banana milkshake? Sorry, but when you're high, nothing is better than banana flavored milkshake. Sorry.
I used to make my own banana milkshakes.
And they used to use real bananas, and then they switched to banana syrup, and I was, I'm tapping out. It sucked.
Aaron. Bad Aaron.
I'm not saying that one either. Travis gets banana milkshakes at Checkers. What's Checkers?
Yeah.
I know
Checkers is good.
That's a
Checkers is like
burger.
old school 50 style burger joint.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I haven't been to one, but that's on my list.
Really good kind of milkshake.
I was just going to say, isn't that like mostly U.S.? I don't think there was ever
Yeah.
ones.
They also
Do
have
they,
a chicken similar to that called
Now, Tom, aren't they national or close to national?
Checkers, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I know there's a lot on the East Coast. I don't know if they're national.
All right, we're getting some. Okay, John says banana milkshakes are great, and he doesn't smoke. So there you go. They appeal to people of all flavors of life.
You know what I used to get?
Yeah, I don't smoke either, but
they used to do a
like the
banana cream pie milkshake. It was like a banana milkshake, but it had the cream and then it had the graham crackers all
What
ground
is
up in it.
this? Banana caramel malt with triple the malt. Ooh, that just sounds like I'd have to lay down after having that, but it would be worth
The
it.
day's worth of calories in a cup. Oh. Johnny Rockets, that's the one. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, see, other left, he knows. He goes, I've been to that race, Terry.
Whatever you want to call it.
Other left knows exactly where I am. Yeah, I'm a couple miles from there.
Mickey Mouse or an Amos and Andy shake.
Oh,
half chocolate.
No,
half
it's
vanilla.
last sending.
Oh, dear Lord.
I love Johnny Rockets. I used to live in Florida, in Dade County in South Florida. We go to Johnny Rockets all the time.
The peanut butter parfait is a classic. I agree, and a banana split.
Yeah.
A banana
split, yeah. If it's
I've
with
been
real
craving one
ice
for a while.
cream, like real buttermilk ice cream, then banana split's good. Yeah.
See, the problem is, Tom. First of all, DQs are different in Canada than they are in the U.S.
Okay.
Like the Dairy Queen portion is pretty good, but we have much superior burgers. Like the burgers at Dairy Queen, because Terry, Canadian Dairy, they've got those they overcook the flame broil, like they're damn near In-N-Out burgers. Like the famous In-N-Out burgers. I was like, damn, this is similar to a DQ, and they're like, no, DQ sucks. I'm like, then I had American DQ. I'm like, well, yeah, your DQ.
Yeah, American DQ burgers are garbage. The only thing good at American DQ is the ice cream.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to one up this because before we wrap up, because there's two things I want to share. Well, will you load? Apparently you're not going to load.
The Lorna Dune in Wasaga Beach. Yeah, real ice cream. Not ice cream. Yep. I think I was there
the last time
before.
I had like insanely good ice cream where I was like, holy shit, this is like $8 ice cream, but I can see why it is. I was, out on a trip to San Francisco and went to like this little like family place, had been there for like ever. Because we went on this trip and we went to a little island, Sausalito, and there's this little family owned place that's been making ice cream for I don't even know how many years.
All right,
It's like
so
still done by the same family, still done by the same people. I'm like, that's amazing ice cream.
I want to point out if you are down in the London, St. Thomas area of Ontario this weekend, there is some vintage drag racing going on at the St. Thomas drag strip. And a friend of the family, and this is his usual ride. This is our buddy George Watson. That Tom is an exact replica of the California Kid, which is a very famous hot rod from 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, I recognize it.
Yeah, but that's not what he might be taking that if he can get somebody to tow it for him. The reason I mentioned that is he's pulled something else out of storage to take down.
Have a good night, Simon.
Have a good night, Simon. Thanks for stopping by.
See, this is a piece of racing history right here. This is the original. Oh, come on. The original James Boys Gasser dragster raced in the 60s.
Wow.
Nice.
George owns it. Okay.
I love gassers and rat rods.
Tom, it gets better. Not only is it going to appear.
It should fire just on the mechanical, really. You would think.
They're going to flame it?
Okay, let me know. Go off, just roll it.
Is he pouring it in?
Don't let him continue unless he said so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Listen to that.
Wow.
Magic.
Nice. Was he adjusting the timing? Is that what he was doing?
The idle.
Oh, okay.
It's idling at about 2,500 right now. Got her down. What's that?
Oh my! Oh man!
That's about 600-700 horsepower.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a super heavy frame weight-wise either. So that thing must take off like a rocket.
Oh, dude, those things, they just fucking dance. And the thing is, it might make a pass or two.
Now, is it like all original, or does he have like power steering or anything?
It's close to original. He's trying to switch some stuff back because it was streetable before. So he put it had 2 bucket seats in it, but now it's got 2 race seats in it. You know, stuff like that. Because a race seat, for those who don't know, a race seat, vintage, it's a fiberglass shell you're sitting in with no padding, usually a few bolts stuck in your ass. And there's no chassis in those things. It's meant that when you hit the gas, the front end lifts. Johnny says I'd use that as an Uber ride. I know.
That's what I was saying. Imagine that.
Yeah, that thing. So hopefully it'll be good to go. He's apparently made a couple passes in the driveway with it already. The neighbors love him, right? Because you hear that thing rumbling, but when you hit the gas, it triples the volume. And if you do it this time of night, it's one of those that you go whack on the throttle. It echoes like thunder down the block.
It claps almost like a gunshot does.
Oh yeah. And they're like, George is out there. Yeah, short wheelbase. Yeah, it's a Willys.
Hop in, Grandma. Your Uber is here. It
looked like it was dual Holy Carbs Hit Metalworks. It was probably like dual 1050s because I'm pretty sure it's a big block.
That'd be one wild ass ride, but you wouldn't want to know how much it would cost at the end though.
Right, Johnny? Funny cars are the best.
Hey, Blue said too, he likes the mushroom and Swiss burger. I used to love those. Although I would get it on a turkey burger, but
yeah, that'd be good.
And I just realized I didn't cook enough extra dinner tonight to make leftovers for after the show. Dang it. Oops. All right. Quinn says, yeah, but my Hyundai has AC and a CD player. And I don't know how well the audio was coming through because I was holding the phone somewhat next to the mic.
But is that yours or your boyfriend's Hyundai?
Tom.
Yeah. Those guys, Tom, are nuts, though, because they take those drag cars and they just put headlights and taillights and signal lights back into them. And they start driving on the street. You know, and the open exhaust, and you're just dancing you know, and the thing, you're sitting at a traffic light, and the thing, you know, the one thing they don't do? Idle. They don't like to stand still. They just like to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. That's
Liquid
another weird
crack
drink at
mocha
Harvey's
freeze
right
drinks.
now.
Oh,
The
Mojo.
coffee and donut.
He has an
shake.
Angula with a fuel injected small block. Oh,
Ooh.
that's old school. That's right in there with old school awesomeness. Zach Thong says, you would love my dad's old car, 62 Thunderbird, a classic. Right before they changed body styles, too. I would. A lot of classic races out in van. Yeah. Stoplights are optional. Well, especially with the brake systems or brakes. I don't know, Terry. We're coming up on that light pretty quick. Should I throw the chute? You know, because they do have parachutes.
Yeah.
That one might
That's
not.
about
That one
it.
might be, actually, that one's old
Stoplights
school
are
enough.
optional.
They didn't really put chutes on them. So
Well, you definitely couldn't do the Fred Flintstone thing.
yeah. Does it have reverse? Oh,
Well, an hour
Travis's
and a
dad
half.
has a 71 Mustang drag car. Nice.
Nice.
Great stuff. Great. Well, there we are. Parting words, Terry. We went a half hour extra tonight because I've been doing more talking.
Parachute.
Thanks everyone for the positive reaction to my new haircut. I've actually had
Billy Dee,
quite a few
US
people
National.
shocked and liking it. Hope everyone's been well. You know, refuse to lose.
Beautiful. That's a 340 with 200 horsepower nitro single dominator. Nice. See, some people aren't understanding that, but the car guys are like, "Ooh, that's pretty sweet." It's just like guitars. Guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, right? That's it. That's it. Tom, parting words, my friend.
I hope Axl Rose is able to get his vocals together by the middle of the tour, because if he sings all tour like he did at Hershey, then he should give people their money back.
Gino, just at the end.
Go watch the videos.
Tom,
Musicians were all
I've never
phenomenal.
heard Axl sound good live. That's why I never went to see them back in the day.
Oh, the musicians sounded phenomenal, and I think with Richard Fortus, they sound better than ever.
Hey,
They're tight. They sound great.
I
And
love
Axl
Richard,
goes-
but he's still not Izzy. He's still not
Yeah.
Izzy. 'Cause Izzy's a
But-
god.
But Axl goes to sing, and his voice can't keep up.
Yeah.
No, it's like this. It sounds like a
Sounds like a
fourth grade
squeaky
girl.
mouse.
It sounds like a 10-year-old girl's voice. Like, it's not a good look. Go watch the videos. Guns N' Roses, Hershey. Sorry to say, I'm not saying it because he's Eddie Van Halen's son, but Wolfgang and Wolfgang's band, Mammoth, blew them off the stage.
Which I
Guns N'
noticed
Roses.
the bass player in Wolfgang's band is playing a Wolfgang bass.
Yeah. And his guitar player sounds great, man.
Yep.
You know,
I
playing
did think it was
harmonies.
interesting. Like, I get that he plays a 335, which is cool, but I'm a little surprised he doesn't play a Fender product. You know, not necessarily play a Wolfgang, but I'm surprised he doesn't play a Fender just because I
Maybe
assume
just
he
doesn't-
has
maybe-
involvement with the EVH brand to some extent. So
Maybe
therefore,
he
you are
doesn't
somewhat
want-
tied.
Yeah.
It's not like, although it's not like he has an endorsement with Gibson or anything
Yeah.
like that. So, and he
Maybe
did
he
mention
doesn't-
what he's got the 335. He had something else, and then he's got a Stealth 5150 that he hasn't played yet live.
Right.
That he really
Yeah.
did. Oh, he did bust out a Wolfgang.
Oh, yeah, he did. He used the Wolfgang for something, but he was actually playing a lot of solos and a lot of, kind of harmony parts. I was surprised. I thought he would just, play some chords.
Fender shaped like a 335, sort of like when Gibson did the Jimi Hendrix.
It looked like a 335, but you know what it looked? It looked like the Dave Grohl one. It had
That's
that,
what it
like-
is. Yes, he's got a 335. He's got a Trini Lopez, and then he's got the 5150. still.
So it is a Trini Lopez. That's what
Yeah, it is a
was.
Trini Lopez.
Okay.
Yeah.
because he played the 335, played the Trini Lopez, but I guess I must not have watched the video where he played the Wolfgang.
No, he said he hasn't had it out live yet.
Oh, okay.
It's just there, but
Okay.
Yeah.
He played the Trini Lopez a lot because I watched pretty much all the, or pretty much all the videos I watched. That's what he was using.
Yeah, and I see like a few people saying there's some photos or videos of him playing Wolfgangs. Okay, and Millwork says I don't think Wolfie will cash in on the name. No, it's not so much that is. I think it's just more he inherited the EVH brand or some portion of it. Like,
yeah, he would have had to.
Deja Blue says it's a Fender Starcaster.
I haven't seen him play a Fender Starcaster. He could though.
It looks more like a Trini Lopez to me.
Oh yeah, he's got a Trini Lopez. Because I read it in a tweet. That's what it was. I saw it on Twitter. So it must be true, Tom. I saw Wolfie tweet it on Twitter. He tweeted it on Twitter? Yes, he did.
I thought I saw a putty cat.
Okay, for the video for Don't Back Down, he's playing a Starcaster.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see him play one live, though. That makes sense.
See, I always think the Starcaster, I always think those really shitty Strats.
Yeah.
Because they were briefly called, like, the ones below the bullet.
You know what a Starcaster looks a lot
like?
You know what a Starcaster looks a lot like? That guitar that Trey Anastasio.
Oh, yeah, right. Terry has one before I slag them too much further. Terry knows how I feel about him.
That guitar that Trey Anastasio had custom made by like some guy, to me, just a copy of a Starcaster.
Okay, it's not Dr. Tongue's House of 3D.
Yeah.
And we were wrapping up.
You know what
we
I'm-
went way off the
Yes,
rails.
you were wrapping up.
All right,
You know
Terry
what guitar I'm
did
talking about, though? The guy from Fish, Trey Anastasio.
You're right.
Languedoc guitars. It looks like a high-end copy of a Starcaster. Semi-hollow. It's got that shape and similar headstock.
Travis says, I think my guitar is Canadian. Is it a Godin? Terry did his last words. Tom,
Yes, on to Ben Tom.
praying for Axel. And that comes to me. So I kind of told you guys what's up this week. We'll see what happens as far as videos. Get something out by the end of the week, I'm sure. Patrons and members, new videos out for you guys already. Thanks again for the support. Please subscribe, and if you haven't already, give a thumbs up. Yeah, let's mention that an hour and a half in. Please subscribe. Should have said that at the top of the show.
Like, share, subscribe. And also, don't forget,
you could be sitting here with us. Just ask. As long as you're a regular in the chat. You just come out of nowhere. We're like, who are you? He goes, well, have me on and find out. No. You got to be cool. Like these guys. You, that guy. Well, he's okay. But we let him in anyways because he's got a lot of LPD pedals. Other left's like, what? No. Everyone's cool that's here. Do we have to wear pants? As long as you keep the camera from here up, you're gold.
Yep.
John, real quick, John Z or ZD351, if you will, said pick on Wolf's Instagram of him playing a Black Wolfgang on Tuesday night. I think I saw a pic on his mom's Instagram, which what is hers? Wolfie's mom, I think, Valerie's Instagram, and I think she had a similar picture where he's kind of holding it up this way, playing it. I just didn't see any videos of him playing it, but if he's in pics from Tuesday night, he must be footage of him playing it Tuesday night. I just didn't see that.
Sleeves are always optional, Johnny. Especially with me. I hate having sleeves on stage. Don't like it. It's just my thing. I don't like it. So on that note, as always, hold the doors open. Let that lady in heading in traffic. Do good things and good things will happen to you. Why? Doug's wife's real, and she's not coming down tomorrow. Doug's coming solo, apparently. So you won't see her. Maybe she'll be like one of those off-camera voices you may hear. Like, how, what? One of those, who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Be good to each other. Be well. Happy tone chasing. Get some gear. There's one LPD. Dang it. You think I can save my own damn pedal. LPD Pedals, nice drive A. One left out in the wild. Hit up Lawrence. Info at lpdpedals.com. And on that note, Don't litter.